I hope you bought Alex Hormozi's $100 million playbooks because his Go to Ads playbook revealed a crucial secret to scaling any business. And that secret is to make 150 to 750 ads per week. But Alex Hormozi says it should only take 2 to 3 hours in total. So this video is for two types of people: agency owners who find it hard to scale via creative volume, meaning you find it hard to commit to 150 to 750 ads a week, or agency owners who can write, but you want to do it in under 3 hours. So I'm going to show you how it's entirely possible to write it in under 3 hours using formulas anyone can learn. To make the challenge more spicy, I'll write it without using AI. You're probably wondering two things. How good would the ad copy be, and why not use AI? The answer to both questions is a specific combination of proven frameworks like these. So these frameworks actually help my businesses generate more than $5 million online and even more for my clients. And in case we haven't met, my name is Tyler. My company is called Afro Agency AI. We help marketing agencies get more clients and keep them longer with programmable AI solutions. And I'll show you the exact frameworks we use to train our AI, and you can use it for your own business for free. Links to the full training below. Or if you want the AI that is trained on our frameworks installed into your agency, which is entirely programmable, you can book a free live demo below. So by the end of the video, if you got enough value out of this, subscribe and share it with your team or with your fellow agency friends. So let's begin. So we will start off by going through the frameworks. Okay, we use 3 frameworks as we've seen in the slides, right? The first framework is called the offer scorecard. Why is it important that we have a scorecard for problems? It's because when Afro Agency, when we were running ads, right, for lead gen for our clients in the past, we found that some of the offers were really hard to scale. And we found that some companies, right, they didn't have to spend a lot of money on paid ads, or they didn't have to post a lot of content to get very much traction, right, to get a lot of traction. And we've came up, right, we've done our research and we've came up with this scorecard. So basically, right, there are tier 1 solution, there are tier 1 offers, tier 2, tier 3, and so on. So let's go through what are the most important elements here. So there are 3 elements. The first is the problem, right? So if you have a very sharp and painful problem, so you have a painful problem, you have this avatar, you have a customer, you have a buyer that has very strong beliefs and desires to change, to get out of the problem, and it's very urgent, and it's happening right now. The pain is current, right? It's a current thing. Then yes, we have a very strong problem here. And then of course the solution, right? So you're an agency owner, you run ads for your client. Your client might have a superior solution to the rest of the market. Of course, then your job is easier, right? But let's say your client doesn't really have a USP, doesn't have a unique mechanism, doesn't really have a brand, right? So this becomes more difficult, right? And when it comes to environment, this is key, because we find that most tier 1 or essentially tier 0 offers, right? These offers, once they have, they can tap into the environment, they can tap into the trend, the zeitgeist, right, so to speak, right? There is this consensus, right? There's this mass consensus where everyone in your social circle believes there should be a change, but there is no change yet, right? And then there's this charismatic leader which is doing this, leading this cultural movement, and then there is this very clear and threatening enemy that you can put the blame on, and because of the enemy there is this huge sense of injustice. When all these elements come together, it creates a perfect storm. And usually what happens is actually there is not really a need for paid ads. Okay, in fact, you can just do like maybe a short-term campaign, right? And this offer would basically you can just write itself, okay? Write its own momentum. That's the first framework, right? The offer scorecard. Okay, the second framework is called the hook multiplier. Now, I have been running ads, paid ads since 2019, and in this, I would say 6 years of running ads, we've managed to categorize all ads, right, to have hooks that begin with one of 5 voices. What do I mean by this? So you can either do a very direct voice, you can speak to your audience in a very direct way using a hook, or you can do it in a very indirect way, like what we've seen with the rise of TikTok and short form content. Okay, so let me give a few examples. So for example, you're selling a CRM, right? So if you're doing a claim voice, right, it would be something like, get all your company's metrics in one dashboard and see which departments are hitting their metrics and which are underperforming. So that's a claim, right? So I'm telling you a truth that I believe, right? But you might not agree with it. So that's a claim. So I'm directly putting my my truths on you. Basically, that's a claim. Now, the question voice is where it's less direct, but basically you ask a question and you kind of expect an answer. For example, you say something like, "Dear CEO, if I asked you which departments are overperforming, would you know? Or underperforming, would you know?" Right? That's a question. The filter voice is even less direct. I mean, I would classify it as neutral. So it gives the audience a chance to say no, right? By using an if-then logic. Basically, you can say, if you're a C-level executive, by the time you finish our free trial of the CRM, you would have added 10% to your bottom line, right? So that's an if, right? If you're a C-level executive. So if you're not, you just scroll past, right? So you can do if for identity, you can do if for problem, you can filter for problems, you can filter for objections, right? If you feel more CRMs are too complicated, right? Our drag and drop customizable dashboard will make your whole team will onboard will make it easy for your whole team to use, something like that, right? That's the filter voice. Now the testimonial voice is where, for example, I'm doing the testimonial voice. I would be speaking to my interviewer, or I'll be speaking into the camera, but I'm not telling you to buy. I'll probably say something like, after using this CRM, I realized we were all flying blind, right? We were making the wrong decisions. We were making because we didn't have data on our hands, right? So that's the testimonial voice. The scene voice is very much, it's a very indirect form of voice. It's almost like going into a skit or a movie set, right? You're just walking in, and no one's entertaining you. Let's just say, right? No one's entertaining you. So that's very much a scene voice, or it's those kind of TikTok style where you say, POV, right? When you save 10K and still manage to turn heads, right? So that's a scene voice. We, for purposes of demonstration today, when we're writing ad copy, I will tend to avoid this scene voice, right? Because scene voice tends to need visual hooks and needs, like, I would say it requires the creative side, right? And less of the copywriting side. Now we have 80 formats. Okay, these are this took me almost way too long to compile, right? Basically, there are 3 ways to get people to stop scrolling, right? Either we make them feel emotion, either we present them logic, right, which they expect or they don't, right? Or we make them curious, right, which is the logic that they don't expect. Okay, so emotional triggers. So when it comes to, for example, right, why is I would say a tier 1 offer, right? Why would it involve the enemy? There's a movement, there's a consensus. So when this happens, right, you can talk about injustice hooks, right? You can talk about the ideal, right? The ideal format, which is like, college should be fair, right? Something like that. So and that, yeah, so all the shoulds and the woulds and the ought tos, right? These are the ideal, right? Underdog and rigged format. You can also use all these formats here. You can also use nostalgia formats, right? So you can say that we need to make college debt not a thing, right? We need to make it disappear, right? It's never been like this, right? Or traditionally, or tradition format is like it used to be, right, where the man can be the sole breadwinner and da 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 da. So that's nostalgia. Okay, so cognitive triggers, as you can see here, right? There is, of course, the very classic pitch, right? Get X without Y. There is, causality. There is the perfect fit reason why. I won't go through the promotional categories in this video because I think this is probably the easiest hooks to write. Free, get a free phone case, right? 50% off, right? Classic drop shipping, scarcity, urgency, a sale ends midnight, right? All these are very, let's say, probably not worth our time here. Okay, and of course, when it comes to tier 1 offers, right, we can go very hard on the prove me wrong and the belief flip, right? You can talk about the contrarian views, right? You can talk about all the confessions and unexpected formats. Okay, now that we have frameworks for hooks, now let's talk about how to finish the body of the copy, right, with the copywriting GPS. So basically, this whole map, once you follow it, you get to have your audience, right? Once they're hooked, right? You move them from an existing belief to a buying belief, and then you start laying the negative experiences, right, and positive expectations. So once you layer all their pain, their barriers, their challenges, you bridge, you start to project their fear, then you talk about all the consequences and, what are the things they will lose, right, if they don't act now and when stock runs out, right? Or, and actually you compound it with all their desires, you compound with proof, with limitations, you talk about the aspirations, you give them benefits, you give them bonuses and guarantees. When we layer all these, right, there is this action potential. And when the action potential cross past some threshold, they click and buy, right? So the offer that we will write today is university.com. Okay, I'll explain why after we watch this VSL.
In dollars in student loan debt, more than almost every single country's GDP. That is the heavy cost of the traditional education system. But what do you get in return? Time wasted, debt accumulated, and a future of corporate enslavement. Probably the worst deal in human history. But there is a light on the hill. Welcome to university.com, the platform that challenges traditional education. We do not waste your time. Instead, we equip you with the real-world skills that matter in today's market. No interest-laden debt, no outdated theories, just practical, modern wealth creation methods. 18 different ways to make money right now. Our students aren't just learning, they are earning, consistently pulling in 4, 5, even 6 figures a month. And all of this for just $49, the cost of your next video game. You could spend that money leveling up a GTA character, or you could choose to level up yourself instead. Which path would you take?
Everybody in my life, they're all like, you're changed. You're a different person. I've made about $30,000.
So it took me on a journey all on my own about social skills, networking, sales. It's incredible.
From the time I joined, I've made close to 5 figures.
I've done over $100,000 so far.
And I've made upwards of $250,000.
You can ask questions and receive immediate feedback from multi-millionaires already inside of that industry that are the professors leading the campuses.
Made $100,000 in a single month. For $49, if I had this access when I was 21, I'd be a multi-millionaire by the age of 25, no doubt about it.
University.com is the better alternative that actually gives you the skills you need to make money today.
All right. Obviously, very good VSL, very good pitch. Okay. Firstly, before we start writing, disclaimer. The content that we are going to write is actually purely illustrative for educational and demonstration purposes. We do not represent, right, advertise or offer for the Tate Brothers or university.com. Okay, so you can get access to this document in the description below. Okay, so how the research process will go is usually what we train the AI to do, right, is to basically go to the client's website and start pulling details, right? So we talked about the problem, the solution, the environment, right? Of course, you know, if you've been on mainstream media for the past few years, you've probably seen the rise of the Tate Brothers, right? You've probably seen them on podcasts, right? I certainly have listened to them. I do think there are many angles we can use, right, in terms of copywriting. So if you're not sure of who the Tate Brothers are, just Google them, okay? And we have, you know, we'll just run through this landing page. Right, obviously, if you give this to the AI, they will crawl the page, right? This is great, right? So this is probably one for the hook, right? Pay $35,000, right, or $49 a month. I don't know what's maybe the $99 is another tier, right? Remain an employee. So okay, probably this is one of our first hooks, right? Pay $35,000, remain an employee, or pay $49 and start earning, right? Start becoming financially free. Okay, so this is pretty good. Okay, pay $35,000, right, and remain an employee, or invest. Let's make this bigger. Invest $49 a month to learn to be financially free. Okay, so that's hook number one. Okay, we need 50 hooks. Okay, so for every hook, what I'll do is I will label them, right, in terms of the format and the voice. We'll go back to our Miro board. Right, for all of these, right, all of these formats, right, we actually have a 4-letter code name for them, right? This is also for the AI. The AI is also trained this way. Our AI would compile and notice, recognize patterns. You know, which hooks do well, right? Which patterns do well, and you'll make great recommendations for that, right? And the voice, same thing. Will take the first letter of every voice. So if we are using a claim voice, we'll use C. Okay, this, right? Do this or that, right? So this is very much a cognitive trigger, right? And probably we would be it's the comparison format. So we use comp C. By the way, these the writing you see on the whiteboard here, right? These are also this is also the 400 hooks. So this is the rigged format. This is the imagine functional format. This is the tradition format, and so on. Okay, training below. Okay, so comparison, right? Comparison claim voice, right? We are our first hook. Great. And probably you should start the timer, but let's continue. So met lots of wins. I started my business ago. You can literally copy this, right? You can literally copy this as long as it's compliant, and use this as ads, right? And then all these frequently asked questions, right? You can use it for the objection format here. Okay, age does not really matter, right? Yes, unfamiliar, teach people with zero experience, right? So you can do the even if, right? Even if. So you know what? Let's start the timer. Let's go. So let's let it run for a while, right? Comparison. Okay. So I don't have a lot of time. So these are gold mines for objection formats. So let's do it one by one, right? I don't think I want to hit the women angle, right? So do I need money once I'm inside? No. We'll teach you to turn your time money, which requires you also teach you how to turn money to more money, right? So even if you don't have enough money, right? Objection, right? Objection. Let's do a claim voice. It's fine. Objection format. Even if you have zero capital, you can learn how to trade time for money, right? Even if you have zero, or maybe we say you can start with $0 and learn high value skills to trade time for money, right? So that's probably how I want to do it. You can probably use it as a testimonial voice, so get the student or get an actor, right, for your UGC, and says you can start with $0 and learn high value skills to trade time for money first, then and turn money into more money. Okay, so let's use another way of saying it. Then invest the money into, and then use the money to start a business. Use the money to start a business. Start your business. This is the best thing for beginners. Okay, probably pretty much UGC. Okay, how are we on the timer side? Okay, we are 2 minutes in, pretty good. Okay, does age really not matter? Anyone can use computer. So we can use this if format, right? We can do a compound hook. Compound meaning we can combine a few, right? We can combine two formats together, right? We can use causality format. Causality format is if A becomes B, then C is D, right? So you can compound that together, causality, and then you can use if, right? If you can use a computer, you can make money, right? Let's find another way to. If you can use a computer, you can land clients, right? You can land well-paying clients, right? So this is deals with two things, right? What if I don't know how to start, right? You can use even if you're under 21, yeah, or even if you're under 30, right, to be a little bit more safe. Okay, next. I'm unfamiliar with skills you teach. Is that a problem? We teach people with zero experience. It's a mentoring program. And then just now, I think there is, in the testimonial,
questions and receive immediate feedback.
Immediate feedback, right? So let's go in again on objection. Okay. Let's see. Beginners, right? Let's say something like, if your beginners need feedback, we can do something that has to do with feedback, right? Fast feedback, immediate feedback. Or we can do something like this, okay? Beginners succeed best with immediate feedback, or we found that beginners succeed. We found that 98% of beginners succeed when there is immediate feedback, right? So this, again, I also want to use a compound hook. This we will use statistic format, right? The statistic format, 98% of beginners, or you can put any other, I would say, like real number, you know, like 4.6% of beginners make their first dollar when there's immediate feedback from our professors, right? Another hook. Next, let's finish all the FAQ session. Okay, I don't have a ton of time. Design for so all you need is 30 minutes a day. Okay, and then we can borrow the logic. You can spend 30 minutes a day leveling up your GTA character, or you can spend 30 minutes a day in university.com and make money, right? Again, objection format. Comparison format, right? Compound hook. You can do claim. You can spend 30 minutes a day leveling up your GTA character, or you can level up in life, level up your income with university.com. Okay, next. I live in X country. Is there a problem? Not at all. We teach you. Okay, global incomes. Okay. So probably this one I would take testimonial. Let's change the voice, right? Objection. So probably you can say something like, as an African earning, I would say something like an African getting paid by clients in Iowa and Mississippi. Can't spell. Okay, Mississippi. Let's see, an African getting paid as an African. I wouldn't have imagined getting paid by clients in the US if I didn't discover university.com. Right? We have 6-1. Let's check the timer. Pretty good. 1 hook a minute. Will I gain access to all courses? Fine. I still have questions. Ask this. Okay, so we're done with that. Access to multimillionaires, global private network. Yeah. So we can do something like contrarian or challenge format or some unprecedented format, because this platform, right, is so new, right? And I would probably use the question voice, right? How can traditional college syllabus, how can traditional college syllabus keep up with the age of AI when they haven't updated? Let's try something. Let's try something along this line. How is it possible that maybe we can say something like, in the age of AI, or something like major developments, right? So we have Facebook, we have what are some of the biggest developments of our times, right? I would use ChatGPT, biggest developments, but we can't use it now. The biggest of the 21st century. Facebook. ChatGPT, right? There's AI, and there's social media, smartphones. Okay, iPhone, right? Facebook, iPhone, ChatGPT, right? Let's start with iPhone. I think our audience is too too young for Facebook. iPhone, Snapchat, ChatGPT. What do they all have in common? College doesn't teach. What do they all have in common? Right? Founders, right? Or like something like, college dropouts. Let's find college dropouts. College dropouts, famous tech college dropouts. So we have Mark Zuckerberg, we have Steve Jobs, we have I would say Steve Jobs dropped out of college and created the iPhone. Does college really prepare you for the success you want? Something like this, right? This is contrarian, could be contrarian. Okay, modern education is years behind. Even this, right? Right, we can use this. This is a good claim, right? College education is outdated. This is pretty much of a dig, but I mean, no offense, but you know, professors teaching this is a very agency thing. Well, we always say, right, the traditional college professor that teach marketing, they probably haven't spent enough on Facebook ads as compared to agency owners. College education is outdated. Or something like, how can professors prepare you for the real world when AI is moving so fast? Right, something like this, right? It's a good challenge. It's a good, yeah, it's a challenge, right? Yeah, right, challenge, question voice. It's a good challenge. Here. Okay, so a lot of wealth creation stuff, you know, this can be pretty much dangerous. Okay, so $3.8 trillion in student loan debt. Okay, they get in return, time wasted. Oh, there's also the too slow thing. When AI is moving so fast, how different will the world be when you finish 4 years of college, right? When AI is moving so fast, how different will the world be when you finish 4 years of college, right? How unprepared, right? How different will the world be? How unprepared when you finish 4 years of college, right? Yeah, so this is pretty much, you know, the zeitgeist. Yeah, this is a very challenging thing. Okay, another challenge format. Right, let's do some classic marketing formats like get X without Y. Let's do get X without Y, and let's do problem solution. Right, let's do get X without Y. The pitch format. Right. Learn learn real skills today to make money tomorrow. Learn become, I wouldn't say become financial. Learn. Okay, get an income. Yes, get an income before, without going to. Yes, get an income. Get a stable income without going to college. Yeah, let's get X without Y. Okay, next. Oh, this is far too long. Sorry, this is a consequence, not challenge, right? CNSQ. Actually, we can do more of these. Let's do problem solution. Right, we can do if, right? If you feel, if you feel you won't get the job of your dreams graduating from college, right? Or something like if you feel you won't achieve the American dream, pretty patriotic, but pretty patriotic spin. So if you feel you won't achieve the American dream, taking the college route. If you feel you won't achieve the American dream, taking a college route, right? Learn real high-paying skills, right, from university, from our platform, right? Okay, disclaimer, right? We are not saying all college is bad, right? There are still colleges they are preparing. The colleges they're preparing graduates and students, right, for very good lifestyle, right? As you know, we know like less than 10% of the world's population are entrepreneurs. So the other 90%, right? We're still doing well, right? Everyone's still doing well. So well, college is not, say, perfect, but you know, there are still the ones that are very good. Okay, so disclaimer. Okay, not saying all college is bad. Okay, so this, right? Learn AI automated agency, right? Automation agency, automation agency, yes. Or start your content creation, I would say, pitch, right? We can do this, right? Start a business, right? Start a business before going to college, right? Learn from experts who made it. Okay, pretty good. We are 20 minutes in. Great. Let's see, we're 25% there. Content creation, we have crypto investing. Let's do it this way. Let's do a reason why. The reason why most people lose money with crypto is because they didn't have direct access to expert investors, right? Experienced crypto investors. Okay, and if you want access to experienced investors, join us, right? AI agency, I think we can do an AI agency one, right? And there are 20 campuses. We can probably run through all of them. Okay, let's do an AI agency, right? Let's do a solution goal. Let's do the claim voice again, right? So we present the solution, then the goal, right? University.com, right, was built to help, I would say, help young men start AI businesses before graduating college. Yes, let's go for the next one. Copywriting, fitness, community mastery. Okay, copywriting. We can do Imagine, the Imagine one, right? We can do the Imagine hooks, right? The formats. So Imagine functional is basically painting a future, right, of the prospect when they are able to complete, right? They're able to they're able to, so when they succeeded. Okay, so Imagine functional. Okay, so imagine you're on a beach with your laptop. Imagine you're on a beach with your laptop and imagine you're on a beach with a laptop and you got wired a month's income for, I'll say maybe wired 3 months income for 2 hours of writing emails. That's the power of copywriting. You were wired 3 months income for 2 hours of writing emails. Great. Next, fitness. Personal trainers. We can do personal trainers. We can do We could do statistic format, right? We can do or case study format, right? Case study format. Something like, you know, my personal training, clients doubled because of the skills my professors taught me inside university.com. Yeah, there's a case study, right? My personal training clients doubled, right? Testimonial case study. Next, community mastery. Pretty underrated, right? And it's a new form of income. I would say it's a new career actually. So it's unprecedented. All right, it's never been done before, right? I would say unprecedented is the ever, right? It's never been done before, ever, right? Never has the skill of managing a community been such in high demand before. Right, I would maybe say the skill of maybe let's make it more relatable. Did you know say if you were a Discord, if you managed Discord servers for free, why not manage a paid server, right? Yeah. So this is a question. This is a filter voice, right? Filter and question. If you've managed these Discord servers for free, why not manage a paid server? So, yeah, why not, right? Let's find, this is probably it's a comparison format again, right? Next, community mastery, client acquisition plus SM, social media. Social media client acquisition, pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool way of putting it. Pitch, we can do pitch, right? You don't have to buy a $2,000 course on how to start an SMMA. You can just learn it, right, for $49 a month with university.com, right? You don't do this, you just do this, right? Get X without Y, but without X first, and then get without Y, and then get X. Okay, e-commerce. E-commerce. Let's find a fun one. We can say something that it used to be, or prediction. Oh, we can do prediction, right? I believe by 2030, we can say, I believe by 2030, I believe in the next 5 years, we will have more kids with we'll have more teenagers doing e-commerce than dancing for TikTok. Okay, because you know some of them are doing like they're content creators on TikTok and then driving sales to their TikTok shop, right? Yeah, so this is prediction format, testimonial. Okay, and your prediction can be wrong, but the most important thing is to get the attention. Strange object, you can't do it because of a visual cue. Custom learning platform, right? Live calls with millionaires. Yeah, live calls with millionaires is pretty good, right? Live calls with millionaires. There are many ways we can do it, right? We can also do future pacing, right? Future pacing. This is pretty good. Future pacing. This is how we do it, okay? So if you're familiar, right? You join university.com, like this is the classic TikTok voice. You join university.com. Day 1, you learn. Day 1, you learn TikTok dropshipping. Day 3, you post your first video. Day 4, you get your first sale. Day 7, you speak to I would say day 5, you speak to TikTok. You speak to professors. TikTok dropshipping professors. Day 7. Say day 30, right? Day 30, you make your first 10,000. Yeah, something like that. You make your first $10,000. Right, so this is future pacing. Okay, might be day 7. Let's space it apart for a bit. Right, all right, day 10, you make your first $10,000. Yeah. Day 5, day 10. Whoa. Okay, there is a format that we can do for this, right? 155,000 students, right? We can say something like, with 155,000 members and can be more social proof. Want to see daily wins, right? With 155,000 members, right? Yeah, so this needs a lot of graphics, right? Want to see daily wins with 155,000 members and counting, right? You'll see wins like this, right? And then proceed to list their names and what they have done. Okay, so this is the question voice. This is very much social proof. Okay. What do we have? Okay, really loads of testimonials. Okay. Hmm. Well, you could signal your transformation with, really indirectly with watches, right? You could say something like 3 months ago. Oh, no, this is too fast. I think something like 6 months ago, I would say I could only buy a Casio watch, right? I could only buy a Casio watch. Now, I'm collecting Rolexes and APs. Yeah, pretty much before after transformation, right? So this is transformation. Next. Okay, let's see what their checkout page looks like. Okay, live calls, earn, prosper, conquer. Okay. We don't have much to work here with, but still. Let's see, two paths lie before you. Point of a college degree. Have you wondered if you ever felt lost? If you ever felt lost, you don't see the point in going to college, right? Yeah. Let's use some Tate words, right? Feel the matrix is against you. You can do something like this. Feel the matrix. If you ever felt lost and feel that the matrix is against you, or that the system is rigged, I get it, right? And then we can go from there, right? So this is the rigged format, right? Pretty. If you ever feel lost, if you ever felt lost, Okay, I feel the system is rigged. Right, or we can do the underdog format. Right. See how Jack made 60K as a sales rep. See how Jack made 60K even when, as a 16-year-old, is he 16? 22-year-old, as a 22-year-old raised by a single mom. Right? Yeah, the underdog, right? See how Jack, right, did something amazing as an underdog. Okay, we want him to win. Okay, we are almost at the halfway point. We have Travis here, we have Janice, okay. We can do the then you think format, right? We can say yeah, there are more multimillionaires than you think that want to help young men succeed. Right, so probably this one will need to be someone from inside university.com, right? I've like some strong student testimony, right? There are more multimillionaires than you think that want to help young men succeed, right? I personally have talked to 5 of them, and they've helped me, they've helped me start my own business. Yeah. We can do something like, if you could make money today, yeah, what would you, if you could make money today, would you wait 4 years of college education? I say today, as in tomorrow. Okay. Make money tomorrow. If you do this, right? So let's find one. Right, it's a causality format. Question. We can do a superlative, right? We have that. Oh, common mistake. Oh, this is good. Common mistake, right? We can say what most people get wrong about going to college isn't that what most people get wrong about college education is, what most people get wrong about college education isn't that it's 4 years of outdated theory, but rather it's that the world is changing too fast with AI. Here, all right, common mistake, and contrarian and so on, right? Actually, this isn't causality, this should be paradox, right? Okay, conflicting logic. Next, let's check the time. We are 46 minutes in. Great, so let's find what we haven't done, right? Reversal is the but, right? Or we can say a college education, a traditional education is stable, but, right, this is the reversible format. Traditional college education is stable, but your income is also predictable. All right. Okay. You can do confession, fine. We can do secret. Oh, difference is great. Okay. What's the difference between an 18-year-old gamer and an 18-year-old entrepreneur? Yeah, what's the difference, right? And then we can elaborate from that. Okay. Unknown. Can try this. Nobody knows. Oh. Yeah, nobody knows how to get an income before going to college. But that doesn't mean it's impossible, right? And then check out our students, Okay. Oh, these are nice, right? Benefit, easy. Benefit, the benefit format is great, right? So I'll give you the benefit. Yeah, benefit. Join today and increase your income as soon as tomorrow. Benefit. Not sure if this is compliant, but yes. Okay. Only, right? Only is another easy one to write. Okay, university is the only learning platform that has this, right? Yeah, has 10K success stories, 12 wealth creation methods, and 155,000 active students. Okay, next, let's find the campuses.
You're fired! Just fired 20 staff. AI is taking over the world, and the real world is right at the forefront of the revolution. I had to fire 20 staff members because they couldn't compete with AI systems.
This is great. This is a great line. I had to fire X people, right? Yeah, pretty good. Right, so this is very much like a fear format, right? Testimonial form.
We've built AI that handles their job better, more efficiently, and faster in every single metric. That's not the future. That's happening right now. At our AI automation campus, we teach our students to create advanced AI models, the same ones that businesses are using to replace their reliance on outdated human labor. Our AI model.
Human labor is outdated. Okay, human labor is outdated. Learn how to start and sell AI automation services to companies before you even step foot in college. This is good. This would be very much. It's pretty bold. This is like prediction. Okay, PRDT. Okay, another prediction. Okay.
Models handle everything. Customer support, calls, live chat, you name it. Sales, automating follow-ups, personalized engagement, closing deals. Email responses with tailored lightning fast replies. Social media posts like this one you're watching. Our students have already generated over $1 million in September alone from...
Yeah, this would be a great track record, right? Our students have already generated how much? $1 million in September and 2 million more in October. Yeah, pretty good.
Selling AI models to companies, and we're on track to hit $2 million in October. The AI automation revolution is here, and businesses everywhere are about to do what I just did. Fire their teams and replace them with artificial intelligence. If you want to be ahead of everyone else, just like we are, and start making money from artificial intelligence, now is your chance. There is one place on the planet that will teach you how to train a robot army. It isn't traditional education, it's not your current job, it's the real world. We have 18 modern wealth creation methods, and one of them is the AI automation campus. And those who get in early, those are the ones who are going to see the bigger...
Oh, this is great. Those who get in early are those who will see the biggest reward. This is FOMO. Okay. Those who get in on AI early will see the biggest rewards.
Biggest reward. Don't wait until it's too late. Get ahead or get left behind.
Great. Okay, let's find the business thing. Campus. Okay, we have, I think it's the same. It's the same. Okay, it's the same VSL. Same VSL. Same VSL. Let's do crypto. Aha. This is a great, this could be a great hook, right? To benefit from the crypto bull run, you need an unfair advantage. Hidden, right? We can use something like, we can talk about hidden stuff, right? Hidden, unknown, unexpected, secret, right? We can do that. You could say something like, we can do a mix of a paradox format. You know, the crypto market is always there is always a bull run somewhere in the crypto market. You just have to get access to that information. Yeah? Great. Okay, so this is some secret, right? There's always a, you just have to get access to these secrets, right? To secret information. Or like insider information, right? Yes. Next. Maybe we missed out on, yeah, see, gain, maintain. Not very useful. It's directing us. It's directing us back to AI. Okay, DeFi. What about DeFi? This is great. Altcoin.com.
People keep asking me about the trenches. They say, Andrew, we want to go to war with you. Tell me what you're shooting. We want to join in. And I made it very clear to them, even better than telling you what I shoot. I'm going to teach you how to shoot. Inside of the real world, we are launching a DeFi campus, which is designed to teach everybody how they could possibly make some money inside of the brutal player versus player environment that exists on the Solana blockchain. The trenches are player versus player. There's huge risk. You might die, you may not come back alive. So if you want to enter, you need to have the best possible chance, the best equipment, air support, artillery, radar, you name it, or you don't stand a chance. For this reason, we're going to be telling you which KOLs to follow, which volume blocks we use, how to get insider information, along with allowing you to join an army of other traders so that you can raid the enemy trenches at once. Don't you want every single possible competitive advantage? If you're going to enter the cage, you need to learn how to punch. You're going to go to war, you're going to learn how to shoot.
Okay, this is a great line.
You're going to learn how to punch. You're going to enter the cage, competitive advantage. If you're going to enter the cage...
If you're going to enter the cage, you're going to learn how to punch. Okay, so we're going to do, this is causality, right? Causality format, right? You could say DeFi markets are, DeFi markets are like war zones, right? If you're going to...
You need to learn how to punch. You're going to go to war.
Right, if you're going to war, you're going to learn how to shoot, right? Gonna have to learn how to shoot. Okay, this is...
You need to learn how to shoot. If you enter the trenches, you need the DeFi campus of the real world. So, if you are serious about taking this risk, if you're serious about putting some of your money into high-risk investments, if you want to have a competitive advantage over everyone you're trying to take money from, you can get that inside of the DeFi campus of the real world.
All right. It's funny, man. Okay. Yeah, it's trench warfare. This is so chat GPT. Pretty cool team. Okay, crypto moves at lightning speed. You need to gain advantage in the trenches. This is good. This is good. Okay. We can go for the turn the zero-sum game, something like turn a zero-sum game into turn a okay, something like we have the cheat codes to rig the zero-sum game that is DeFi, right? The DeFi zero-sum game, right? We have the cheat codes to rig the DeFi zero-sum game. So this is the analogy format, okay? We have the cheat codes to rig the DeFi zero-sum game, okay? And then you can continue from there. We can, this is very good, unfair. You know, there's this unfair and rigged and there's this unfair dynamic we can use. Something like it's unfair, but I can show you the way out of it. This is great. This is a quotation format. First rule of war, do not fight fair. Okay, pretty good quote, pretty good hook, right? First rule of war, do not fight fair. And then we can move into the analogy of the DeFi. Okay, let's see if this takes us somewhere else. Okay, great. You know, smooth and skilled business with money rain from the sky. Everything is a sale. Okay, mindset become a master. Top G tutorial. This is hilarious. Okay, but the website is very well done. Okay, very well done. We could watch this.
All self-made millionaires have two things in common. They have great sales skills and great business skills. These are the two key ingredients.
This is already
all self-made millionaires.
Right. All self-made millionaires have two things
in common. They have great sales.
So that's basically the difference format, right? Or like the secret format. Okay. Yes, so we can ask, right? What's the difference between self-made millionaires and hedge fund Hedge fund kids. I think that's the phrase for it. Yeah. Okay. We're down to our last 9. Okay, we're an hour in. Pretty good.
Sales skills and great business skills. These are the 2 key ingredients to get rich, and that's what you'll learn in Business Mastery. You don't need money, you don't need experience, because we'll show you from the ground up exactly how to become someone that can make it rain money from the sky. We'll teach you how to become a master persuader, a smooth operator. You'll learn all about verbal and non-verbal communication, how to pick up emotional leakage, how to read any person like a book.
If you could read any person like a book, how would your life story change? Right? So again, analogy, but a question.
Using consultative sales methods, you'll be able to take over any room at any time and drastically increase your income in a multitude of ways. Next, we'll show you how to unlock a whole new worldview. You'll discover little-known secrets of direct response marketing, conversion rate optimization, and results-based consultancy opportunities. You'll be able to walk into any business on the planet and immediately spot hidden profit opportunities, reduce costs, and see ways to generate more revenue that no one else will see. Business Mastery will give you 3D vision in a 2D world. Inside
That's so good. 3D vision in a 2D world. Okay.
Hundreds of lessons are waiting for you to discover them, with new ones being added every single day. Ask me any question at any time, or tune into the live lessons and ask your questions directly to get a live answer. It's like having me sit next to you, helping you every step of the way. Business Mastery is the best campus, everyone knows this, so if you want to become the best, join.
All right. So we can do a student testimonial. You've given me X-ray vision. You've given me X-ray vision to, again, analogies. Okay. You've given me X-ray vision What about something like you taught me X-ray? You gave me X-ray vision, and now I can walk up to any business and grow its profits. Yeah. Last, final 7 hooks, right? Pretty fun.
Business Mastery camps.
Okay, I hope you can see how we are literally, right? We're literally pulling inspiration from here, right? So this is something, I've never, if you can tell, right? I've never seen this before. I've only listened to the podcasts, but this is good.
My name is Professor Adam, and I'm going to teach you how to become a professional cryptocurrency investor. I've been active in finance for almost 9 years, and I've made millions of dollars without the need for luck. I'm going to teach you everything that I have learned.
Without needing luck. This is this is something we can do a realization format. Okay, realization. Realized I don't need luck. To trade crypto because of the things I learned from what's his name?
How to become a professional cryptocurrency. My name is Professor Adam, and I'm
Professor Adam.
I'm going to teach you so you too can learn from my experience and become elite. So what is cryptocurrency investing? It's buying currency become elite. So what is cryptocurrency investing? It's buying digital assets and then getting paid massive amounts of money at a later date when you sell them because they have multiplied in value. You'll be taught multiple methods for how to do this, leveraging my years of deep research and world-class systems. When people invest by themselves with no mentorship, they usually get scammed quickly or lose all of their money because the market moves are too fast or confusing. But with my systematic investing, you develop high-quality criteria that tells you clearly what to do to make profit over the long run with far less risk. Most fake trading salesmen online seduce you with flashy Instagrams, and they teach the same ineffective shit between different accounts. This university and this campus specifically is different because I am an effective professional and I will guide you every step of the way. After going through the basics, my masterclass will teach you up to 5 uniquely profitable methods invented by me that will make you elite. So how much do you need to get started? Well, it's up to you. The more you have to start with, the more it's going to become once you multiply. If you look at the amount that you want to invest and you say to yourself, this is a huge amount of money, this is a good amount, and if I was to multiply it, it would meaningfully change my life, then cryptocurrency investing is for you. So if you're ready for the 100, 1,000, 10,000% gains, then get ready to go through the hundreds of lessons that we have in the campus to make you elite, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way.
All right. Let's go to the next one.
Welcome to the e-commerce campus, where I'm going to teach you how to start and scale an e-commerce business. And what is e-commerce? E-commerce is selling physical products online. This can be anything from health, home, and beauty products, all the way to clothing, jewelry, and accessories. E-commerce is the greatest business model in the world. It's a $5 trillion per year industry that creates new millionaires every single day.
Okay, we can use statistics again, right?
E-commerce is the greatest business model in the world. It's a
we can combine that with the superlative format, right? Greatest, right? Is the greatest. Is the greatest business model because it creates new millionaires every day. Okay, last $5
trillion per year industry that creates new millionaires every single day. And if that isn't enough, some of the richest men in the world, such as Jeff Bezos, have made their fortune using e-commerce.
Yeah, this is basically authority figure. Jeff Bezos. You can say something like this: Jeff Bezos became wealthy because of e-commerce. And then you can continue selling that, right?
I'm going to teach you how to start an e-commerce business in a proven 3-step process that has helped thousands of my students make money online at any age. As long as you have a computer and an internet connection, you can be making money from e-commerce. E-commerce is growing every single year. In the last 5 years, the market size has more than doubled. More and more people shop online every single day, and the demand continues to grow. It's not too late for you to get in and make significant amounts of money. So if this interests you and you want to get a bite of this $5 trillion per year pie, join the e-commerce campus.
Build the strength to stand out, the body that turns heads, the mindset to thrive financially, and the charm to attract your ideal partner. It all starts with mastering your health and fitness.
All right. Going to the gym is, I would say, mastering your health. Mastering your health is more than, going to the gym is more, I would say going to the gym is more than let's continue further.
This is the foundation for the life that others dream of. Our health and fitness campus will guide you on the journey of building this solid foundation. Dive into a blend of traditional Chinese medicine and modern fitness wisdom. From customized nutrition plans to holistic fitness strategies, we cover it all. This is your opportunity to redefine your life. Transform today, triumph tomorrow. Your journey begins now.
These are too vanilla, right? The health industry, the health and fitness industry, we need something better. Kickboxing fights and won. All right. Okay. Okay, we've pretty much went through the entire website. Wait, not yet. What's this information? Okay. Blog. All right. Pretty recent, yeah. What is this? Study copywriting business. Okay, these are not okay, great. We've seen this before. Professions. Okay, great. All right, so don't think I want to use this. We have the last four. So let's go through again and see what hooks we can still use. We can use the only format, right? If all this did was to all we can do we can even do regret format. This is fun. You know, my brother, you know, I used to I wished I didn't. You know, I wished I followed my brother in starting his journey with university. Last year, right? Today, you know, he's flying, you know, private, or he's flying first class, while I'm still stuck with college debt, right? And so on, right? The regret format. Escalation. Yeah, escalation. Every day you wait is another day. I think the VSL did a lot of that already. Oh, list and process. Oh my God, we didn't do that. All right, this is, 5 ways. 5 ways. 5 ways to get an income before going to college, right? This is classic social media, right? 5 ways. Number 1, work a part-time job. Number 2, do chores for your neighbor, right? Number 3, go online and and freelance. Number 4, and so on. Then number 5, go to university.com. Last 2. We could do something like this. Or we can say something like, unprecedented, right? What the Tates created was something never done before, right? It's a platform that helps us make. It's a platform with real, with people who really made it, right? With professors that made it and share, and teachers, right? They know exactly how they've done it, right? Okay, last one. Well, we could still do the strange object, right? We could still do it. We could still do it. Right? So the thumbnail could be a pixelated, graduation hat. I wonder what. Okay, it's really called graduation hat. So it could be a pixelated graduation hat, right? This hat is the reason, right, why people cannot think of any other way to get to, reach the American dream, whatever, right? Get a house, get a car. Okay, basically it. And stop, right? Okay, we've done it within 2 hours. Okay, we've done 50 here, right? And then we just have to write 3 types of body copy. So I do have, this is pretty, I think this is pretty straightforward. We just need to write 3 variations, right? There is, okay, so we can pick what kind of pain barriers, changes, and right? And then we pick what kind of proof, desires, and whatever, right? So let's see, for example, start a business before, for example, right? Start a business before going to college. Learn from experts who made it, right? So probably I would talk about the consequences, the fear, the consequences, right? College, we could say something like this: it's already outdated. It's already outdated, right? The only we can say the only certain thing about college is that is college debt, right? Let's pick something here. Start a business before going to college. Learn from experts who made it, right? Don't learn from experts who made it because college is outdated. How can, right? It used to guarantee jobs, right? It used to guarantee jobs, but now with AI moving so fast, no college can keep up with actually teaching students the skill sets they need, right? And then we can, of course, right, look at the firing, right? We can look at the job rates are falling, right? Job rates are, employment rates are falling. Companies are replacing employees with AI. And say this, companies are replacing employees with AI. Society, or as Andrew says, society, right, needs a change. Now, of course, this is all draft, right? This is all a draft. We do run through multiple iterations, right? We do some edits, and then of course we do split tests, we run it, and then we improve on the copy, right? And of course, ChatGPT at some point in time, okay, probably a few weeks of training, and it would write much better than anyone on my team or the agency's team. Okay, so pretty good. We can say something. It's a new education system, right? This could be quite cringe, but new education system, right? A new education system. We could also do it this way. We paragraph it like this. Yeah, this makes more sense, right? I'm gonna skip ahead first, right? I think there are how many campuses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different campuses. Different campuses that our students are already getting paid. We could ignore, we could delete this. Yeah, probably something like this. So we're going to refer to this map, right? Yeah, it's even better. And here's where we insert proof and evidence, right? With where is the yeah. Let's use back the vocabulary. On on your next game on Steam. Okay, we have our first ad copy. Okay, and we did not time ourselves. It's fine. Next ad copy. Let's take another angle. Right, that's body copy. We only need 3. Right. If I didn't mention, right, if I wasn't clear, we just need 50 hooks and 3 body copies, and as long as we can pair them together, it's going to be 150 ads. Okay. Now, of course, if you're doing it for your own business, it's going to be faster, right? This is a demonstration where you just started engaging the client, right? And you just did maybe a couple hours of research. Yeah. So what else can we do? We can take the AI angle. We can take or we can bring, because of Andrew's because of the brand, the strong brand of the Tate brothers, right? We can bring the call to action forward. We can bring the claim forward. This can be pretty hardcore, but we can try. Yeah, could do this. Society is failing you, college is failing you, even your friends, even your family. Okay, even your friends are failing you, but it's not your fault. Okay. The world wasn't designed for you to win. It's designed for warriors, right? For warriors and conquerors. Okay? Nobody talks about, there yeah. Yeah, you can probably get away with this just because of the big brand that Andrew Tate has. Yeah, as you can see here, like this is a little bit of parallel phrasing. Right? And then I can take this here. Yeah, the call to action probably we'll just keep it the same. Okay? And now we are with our final ad copy. Okay, I think let's retype this. Okay. Now we have last one. We have the AI angle, the everyone's failing angle, and let's find another one. Can take the college angle. Or we can go even harder on the promise, right? There's never been a better way to learn. There's never been a better way to learn how to make money online, right? We could do this. There's never been a better way. There's never been a better time. We can make this, we can pull this up and make it short, right? There's never been a better way how to make money online, right? Oh. Actually, this sounds like a hook. There's never been a better way how to make money online. This sounds like a hook, but it's fine. We can rehook people, right? Anyway. Yeah. Or we can do something like you're not winning because you're distracted playing games, right? You're too distracted. You're not winning because you're too distracted playing games. And it's because no one's ever showed you the path, showed you the way to win. The way to win. Ever shown you and it's because no one's ever shown you. You're not winning because you're too distracted playing games, and it's because no one's ever shown you the way. Or we can do FOMO stuff. The Tates are winners. The community is full of winners. Again, this sounds like a hook, but we can rehook people, right? The Tates are winners. The community is full of, the university.com community is full of winners. And you're not winning is because you're too distracted playing games, and it's because no one's ever shown you the way to win. But you can win. By becoming one of us. This is so, this is so psychological, right? But you can win by becoming one of us. Then call to action, right? We could do this. We could do this. This is a good. Okay, great. Now we have 3 air copies. Now, disclaimer. Do we have to, let's say, this is a frequently asked question. Do we have to write more things between the hook and the body? Generally, if you're doing it for the first few times, yes, okay. But the more you do it, especially when the AI is doing it, like it becomes very fluid, right? The AI would just take care of it, okay? So for example, nobody knows how to get income before going to college, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Okay, and then if you join the age of AI is already here, it's kind of fine, right? You know, society is failing you that now maybe we have to tweak this a little bit, right? But you can see the logic still flows downwards, right? You know, the Tates are winners, right? Maybe we will take this out, right? And you just say you're not making you don't know the way, right? It's because you're too distracted playing games. Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much it. And again, disclaimer: this entire video is for demonstration purposes only. We do not endorse, offer, or claim, make the claims that university.com does, right? This is all demonstration and under Afro agency. And again, if you've gotten value out of this entire demonstration, and firstly, you want to understand the frameworks a little bit more, you want to do it yourself, okay, training is below. The training links are below. Second, if you don't want to do it yourself, you're convinced, okay, now that the AI, because it understands these frameworks, okay, it's trained on these frameworks, and you want to install this kind of AI into your agency so that you can get more clients and retain them longer, again, click on the booking call below, and I will